See how scattered I am. See how scattered I'm looking. Never mind my look, guys. It was a rough night. It was a rough night. Even up till now, my antennas are still alert. I'm still panting. Like I can feel myself still visibly shaking. It was a rough night we had. Yesterday's night was a super rough night. Another earthquake. Another earthquake. And you know one thing about this earthquake? You can never get used to earthquake. You cannot say, okay, because Japan is an earthquake prone nation, Japan frequently have earthquake. Still, you can never be used to earthquake, especially when you are living in a high-rise building and a very high floor. And now there is earthquake. The building is swinging here, swinging there. Things are falling. Things are falling as the building is swinging. Guys, you can never get used to earthquake. That's the simple truth. So yesterday night we were already sleeping. It was about 2 a.m. I want to believe, because by the time I got inside the house and I picked up my phone, I got into the house around I got inside the house around 2:18 a.m. 2:18 a.m. and I had to make this screenshot. So if I got into the house around 2:18 a.m. and it means the earthquake happened maybe around 2 a.m. We're already in deep sleep. I was in Wonderland. I was dreaming. I was having this cool, sweet dream. Like I was dreaming. All of a sudden, the alarm, the message, because this message comes with a loud alarm sound. I mean, they send it to everyone's phone, the disaster management teams. Great work, like kudos, great works to you all. I don't know how they do it, but immediately everybody's phone will just get the alert at the same time. Earthquake coming, strong earthquake shaking. But guess what? The annoying part of this, because you never can tell when the earthquake is coming. You can't predict that, okay, earthquake is coming now, earthquake is coming in this hour. No. It's not like the weather forecast that you can easily predict it will be sunny today, it will rain tomorrow. When it comes to earthquake, you can't predict it. But I don't know how they do it, the disaster management team. When they get this alert, everybody's phone receives the alert, the alarm, the signal. Sometimes maybe the loudspeaker, we give out some loud alarm for you to be ready, for you to be alert, for you to seek shelter in case of falling objects, for you to just, evacuate as quickly as possible. Guys, when this came, I was, I jumped out. Like, I jumped out. In my 90s, I just jumped out. As I was about to scream my children, I just could not even call everybody at the same time. But luckily, the alarm was so loud, so they heard it. Everybody woke up. We were all panting. We had to, like, quickly, that early hour of the day, we all ran outside. We ran outside. We saw some other family people outside, you know. Lucky enough, yesterday, the earthquake was 5 point something magnitude. It's not up to 7, because, from 7 is a very high magnitude, actually. So, no, even 3 magnitude is still, what am I saying? Earthquake is earthquake, 1 magnitude, everything. It's strong, because if you are under the building, you feel the building swinging. You can't even stand. And now you go to the main road again, you still cannot stand, because the ground is moving. And pray that the ground does not split into 2. So the ground was moving yesterday, guys. I could not even stand. I was visibly shaking. I had to hold my children together. I was panting. I was trying to encourage them. We had to, like, stay away from the building in case if the shaking will get so strong and things will start falling. Guys, it was so crazy. We saw other families outside yesterday, but almost everyone was in panic mood. People could not even go back into their house after the ground stop movement. After the ground stopped moving, people could not go back into their house because we are not sure whether the earthquake will continue. We are not sure if there will be aftershock. We are just not so sure of what next will happen. Anyway, I came into the house. I had to on the TV at that early hours of the day, and the disaster people, management teams were just giving us information about the earthquake. Maybe there's tsunami. There's no tsunami. Luckily, yesterday there was no tsunami, and other persons tried their best to just sleep off after some minutes. But trust me, this is how my eyes just opened like this. From the moment I entered, from the moment of the earthquake to the time I entered the house, till hours later, I could not close my eyes to sleep because I was scared. I was super scared, people. I was so scared. The truth is, you can never, never, never get used to earthquake. Just imagine, earthquake alarm warning. Strong shaking is expected soon. Stay calm and seek shelter nearby. Guys, guys, and you just cannot, this alarm will not go off like, let's say, 30 minutes before the earthquake, or even 20 minutes to the earthquake, or even 10 minutes, or even 5 minutes, or even 3 minutes, or even 1 minute. It's a matter of seconds. So as the alarm is entering, as the message is coming in, so the shaking is coming in almost immediately. It's a matter of seconds. I could not even get my disaster bag because I have a spare bag that I just kept some little valuables, like maybe water, extra clothes, ATM cards, just I just could not even grab the bag because it was so quick, and it was not like we were not sleeping before then. We were already sleeping. We were in deep sleep. So you just have to run out and save yourself, before you start thinking of, okay, what were you able to pick from the house? I did not even take my phones. My phones were just where I left them. It was when I entered back that I had to pick my phone and, got the screenshot. But then if I entered around 2:18, it means the earthquake happened around maybe 2 because we were outside for quite some time. This is crazy, people. This is crazy. This is crazy. You can never get used to earthquake. You can never say, because you have been seeing earthquake. This is not my fault. I've seen millions of earthquakes in Japan. My very first earthquake, I guess this is why it super gets me scared every time there's earthquake. Because my very first earthquake was a major earthquake. March 11, 2011. I came to Japan few months before then, and no one told me. Funny enough, I've never heard about earthquake. No one told me that there is earthquake, and let's even say by chance I have heard a little bit about earthquake. I cannot imagine what earthquake really looks like. I think, let me put it that way. I can't imagine that the ground can break, the ground can move like a wave, the buildings can fall, the buildings can swing. Whew! I can't imagine that. So imagine coming to Japan, and I've never seen small earthquake before. That day was on a Friday in the afternoon. I went to get some things and then I came back home. I was in the kitchen, I was trying to cook, when all of a sudden I heard my glass door and my window. My glass door is sliding door. I left it unlocked, I just slide it, but I did not hook the door. I just saw one of the door just move like this, groom, another one moved to this side, and the thing came back together again. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, Jesus. That was what I screamed first. And I'm like, what's going on here? And it happened again. At that point, I still could not even figure out it is earthquake. I don't even know what I was thinking because I've never seen earthquake. I've never imagined what it looks like. I've never. It was when it continued for quite some time. I'm like, oh my God, this could be earthquake. Immediately, I ran out of the house. I left everything I was doing. I managed to turn off the gas, ran out of the house with full force. I saw some people out there. It was my first earthquake. I had to even go to meet some persons that I saw because I was crying. I was scared. They had to hug me. All of us we knelt down on the ground because we could not stand. That was a major earthquake. March 11, 2011. Major earthquake. My very first earthquake in Japan. The lights went off in some places. In my city, the lights did not go off, but phone stopped working because I was trying to call my husband who was at work at that point in time. I got him first. Later on, when I tried to get him again, I could not get him. When I finally entered the house, which was super scary, I turned on the TV and there was great tsunami, especially where the earthquake hits the most, or maybe where they have, sea. There was great tsunami. I mean, Google March 11th, 2011 earthquake in Japan. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. Days, weeks, up to months after that, you just could not buy things from the shop. If you go to the shop, let's say you have a large family and you want to buy bread, they have to reduce the portion you will buy because for other family to also see something to buy. You cannot buy things in bulk. No way. If you are used to buying things in bulk, let's say even if it's a tissue pack, they don't even mind opening the tissue pack and sell it one by one, so that it will get to everybody because supply were limited. This continued, and that earthquake did not just stop that particular day. For over a month, because it was a major earthquake, we were having aftershocks upon aftershocks that that is super high, that looks like the real earthquake itself. People were telling me, okay, this is aftershock. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Aftershock and the buildings are still swinging. Aftershock and the ground is still moving. They are saying, yes, when there is major earthquake like that, you get aftershock. Guys, I am telling you, ever since then till now, this is how many years after we have seen so many earthquakes. We have seen big, we've seen small, we've seen all kinds of earthquakes. But the truth is, you can never ever get used to earthquake. God, please, please. Anyway, people, I just said I should share this. Anyway, guys, I just said I should share this with you guys for you to know, how yesterday night was, and if you are living in an earthquake country, how do you prepare yourself? Please, I need more education on this. Do you get used to earthquake? Let me call it a story time video so as to make it light on myself, and let me just learn to laugh over everything. But then when it was happening, it wasn't funny. When it was happening, it was super scary, but thank God right now it is story to talk about. Right now it's just something to be grateful to God for no major damage. Guys, do you ever get used to earthquake? And how do you prepare yourself for earthquake? If you have evacuation bag, where do you keep your bag? Because my own evacuation bag, I think I should be keeping this bag at the entrance of my house so that if I want to run out, I can just grab the bag. Yesterday, oh no, before yesterday, I kept the bag in my room. Sometimes, though, I used to keep it at the entrance. But then when there is no earthquake for some time, I'll just remove it from there. Yesterday, I kept it um, very close to my room door. So in my mind, if ever there will be earthquake, I can easily grab the bag. But guess what? I did not even remember the bag. I did not even remember to take my phone because I just needed to I needed to save myself first. I needed to be safe because we were sleeping and the alarm came so loud, and all of a sudden, the first thing was boom! The house bounced before it started swinging. It bounced. This is crazy. Very crazy, people. Very, very crazy. Thank you all for watching this video. Please, a word of prayer, a word of encouragement will go a long way. And I pray that, everyone will be safe. I also pray that God should just make earthquake to stop because it's super scary. Yeah, it is. It is super, super scary. I don't like earthquake. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in another video. Bye guys.